Alright, this is the recap of the Chelsea victory over West Ham today in the Premier League. It was a 3-0 win for Chelsea with an early goal from Thiago Silva from a Mason Mount corner and a late brace by Tammy Abraham to put the game to bed. It was an interesting game, to say the least. I was watching it with intent, really. And, it was a bit nervy for Chelsea, especially early on in the second half, but Frank's men managed to pull through and get the win. It's a big win, which moves them up to 5th in the table, and it keeps West Ham mid-table, which is where I think they'll likely finish. Frank Lampard's men showed some resilience in the win today, and West Ham really showed that they can play. And there's a few takeaways I have from the game. The early Chelsea lead was key. That was important. West Ham are normally pretty good at defending corners, so that was a big goal for them to get in that manner as well. But West Ham didn't give up just after that, and I wasn't really expecting them to. From what I've seen this season, they look like a good, resilient outfit. They know how to get back into games, and that proved to be true. I didn't quite realize how good Jared Bowen actually is. The guy's very talented, a very good player. Jared Bowen, he ran Chelsea dry for probably a half hour of the game, which is a third of it, so he's a really good player. West Ham are lucky to have him. Honestly, he could probably go to a bigger club a year or two from now, maybe even Chelsea. And Mason Mount was brilliant today in the center of the park. His work ethic was great. He had the cross, which inevitably led to the third goal, Tammy Abraham's second. He crossed it, Pulisic headed, Fabianski saved, and Tammy tapped in the rebound. But, Mason Mount, he had the cross for Thiago Silva's first. He had the cross that led to Tammy's second. And I would say ultimately he's probably the man of the match. Timo Werner had the assist for Tammy Abraham's first goal. So I guess good for him. He didn't have a great game. He missed a couple big chances. One at the end of the first half where he went one-on-one with Fabianski but hit it straight at him. And one in the second half where he had a big chance and hit the bar. Timo Werner is struggling with hitting his chances right now. That's a bit of a problem for Chelsea, a bit of a problem for him too. I think he will get through it. I watched him play last year with Leipzig, and he's a great player. He bangs in goals for fun. I think he will get back to that level, and in a big way at some point. I think he just needs to get time, and he will get there. Declan Rice looked really good today for West Ham. He was controlling the play in the middle of the park, probably arguably as well as Mason Mount on the Chelsea side, especially for the big portion of the game, probably the first half hour of the second half, until about the 75th minute when Chelsea got back into it. See, they were up 1-0 for that time, and West Ham looked better. They looked way more likely to equalize in the Chelsea second. So, yeah, West Ham's a good team. I think they look like they probably will finish mid-table this year. Unlike last year where they were struggling with relegation, I don't think they will really have a strong push for European places this year. David Moyes has shown in the past, especially with Everton, that he can build with a mid-table side. So I think he'll probably do that with West Ham. I don't think David Moyes is completely past it. And he's got some good pieces there with Bowen, Rice. He's got the 2 Czech Republic players that they've recently signed, Thomas Souček and Vladimir Soufal. They're both quite good. Fabianski's a solid keeper, although he's getting up there, to be fair. Mikel Antonio is a good striker who wasn't there, luckily for Chelsea today. And I think on the other side of the coin, though, it's a good win despite having not played well for large portions of the game, probably from about the 30th minute to the 75th minute. West Ham were the better team, but they didn't score. Chelsea was defensively resilient. And then when they attacked, they did score, other than Timo Werner, who's been a bit off lately, but he'll get there. I believe that to be true. Big 2 goals from Tammy. It's a big call to start him over Giroud, but he ended up paying back Lampard with 2 goals today. And what was overall a fairly entertaining fixture, which I found to be of great interest. See y'all later.